Hi guys, welcome to my February book wrap up. So I have here beside me 5 books that I read in the month of February. So I did pretty well to get through the amount. And we had some good reads and some average sort of reads as well, but mostly good in February. I will pop up the star ratings like I did in January, so you guys can see that on the screen as well. And if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my reading journal down below. So first up was Onyx Storm. In January I finished off with Iron Flame, so it was kind of perfect to start with Onyx Storm. You guys know about the series already, but I loved Onyx Storm. It was 5 stars. I sort of followed the book along with the Audible as well, because I love the Audibles of the series. They're just done so well. It was a great addition to the wonderful series, and it was definitely a roller coaster, this one, of emotions. And the ending, oh my god. What is in store for us in the next book? Like, that ending, I was just like, wow, I was like in shock. But yeah, there was so much goodness in it, so many roller coasters of emotions, as I said, with what was going on. Obviously I don't want to give it away in case that there's some people that haven't read it. It was a book of more than 500 pages for one challenge that I'm doing for 2025. And yeah, definitely recommend Onyx Storm and the rest of the series. It is just fantastic. And if you can see back here, you can just tell how much I love it, because I've got the 3 special edition books and a couple of dragons up there, so you can tell that I love it. So yeah, that was book number 1 for February. Book number 2 for February was The Mystery Guest. This is the second book to The Maid. The Maid is the first one. This is the second one. I finally got to the second one. This was a 4-star read for me, and I did it with all alone with the physical book. It was nice to get into this world again. I actually had forgotten it a little bit, but it all came back to me as we went. I found the start of it a bit everywhere. That's why I only gave it 4 stars. But the middle and the ending were really well put together. It was enjoyable, a good mystery read, and I did recommend this one as well as the first one, which is The Maid. I gave that one 5 stars, I think. It was either last year or the year before that I read that one. This book was in my 25 books to read in 2025, so it was good to get one off that list. And yeah, a good one. Okay, our third book was the novella to The Red Queen. This is where I started, because the order that I found started with the novella. It's called Cruel Crown. This was a book less than 200 pages for one of the challenges that I'm doing, obviously, because it's a novella. I obviously did it by physical book. What did I have here? It took me a little bit to get into the little stories that are in here, because there's actually 2 stories in it. And so I'm really just hoping that the first book, Red Queen, like, gets me into the story more and gives me a bit more than the novella did. because it didn't give me much, and it didn't really, that's weird, like, it didn't really get me excited per se at the moment. So I just gave this novella 3 stars. I do have Rowdy Queen on my 25 books to read for 2025, like the start of it. So hopefully that one gives me a bit more to the story, a bit more depth and a bit more character building, stuff like that. And hopefully, yeah, we love the Red Queen. The next book I read was The Soulmate Equation. This is a special edition, that's why it looks a bit different. It's a really gorgeous one. I gave this one 4 stars. I really enjoyed Christina Lauren's writing. I loved The Unhoneymooners, and I loved Tangled Up in You was the other one that I have read by them. It took me a little bit to get into this one as well, but once it did, I enjoyed it a bunch. I got a little bit triggered too with what happened to a family member, one of the characters, because it kind of happened to myself at some point in my life, so it was a bit of a wobbly thing to get through. However, it slightly touched on it, and it kept the story kept rolling to what it was meant to be afterwards, which helped me get over it, sort of thing, or through it, I should say. I really need to read more Christina Lauren books, so I've got like the second one to this, and I've got another couple on my shelves as well. Because yeah, I really do enjoy them. This was for my colour challenge. This year I'm doing a colour challenge, and because it's the special editions all yellow, it's a yellow book. And it's also part of another challenge that I'm doing with a yellow cover, so it covers that really, really well, obviously. But yeah, I really enjoyed the author and this book. And then we're up to the last one. This last one was a book club book. There's a new book club that started within where I live, and this was our first book, A City of Flames. It's actually a series of 3. I really, really loved this book. It's fantasy. I gave it 5 stars. I read it with the physical book. I really enjoyed it. This was a first from the author, Rena. I don't know how to pronounce her surname. But yeah, I really liked how each chapter left on a note where you wanted to sort of continue on to find out what was going on and why it suddenly went to that. Because yeah, I wanted to know more and keep rolling, so it was really hard to put it down. It's a really good series. I really want to continue the series as well, so I've got the second one on my TBR and the third one on my shelf, ready to rock and roll, because I really, really loved the first one. It wasn't for a challenge, but it was for a local book club, and it's a fantasy read, so I had to jump on it. In chapter 18, it said, like, one thing that really stood out to me was, fear can enter when you open that door, when you embrace it, and let it roam free. Ignore it and prevail. And that was sort of brought up in that chapter, but as well at the end it sort of linked to it as well, and it's just something extra that sort of stood out to me. Yeah, if you haven't heard of the series or the book, definitely check it out. Recommend. So yeah, they were my reads for February. And my little summaries. Yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope you all had a great February month of reading as well, and are having a great March reading month as well. I'm having a pretty good March so far. I'm currently reading a Sarah Adams book that I had from my TBR that I did. If you missed it, go back and check it out. And the next one that I'm reading is one that wasn't on that video, which is from the book club that I just mentioned. It's the book that I selected for that, so really looking forward to that one. And then hopefully I get to the other two that were on my TBR. We'll just see time frame wise what happens. But thank you for joining me today for my February wrap up. I greatly appreciate it, and I yeah, we'll look forward to chatting to you all very, very soon. Bye.